Hey everybody, MTGNoob here on the draw in this Modern Madness game. Okay, so my opponent is playing blue, white, something or other. I have not played Modern in a century, so therefore I really have no idea what's going on, which is always fun. He's played sleight of hand, so we really didn't get to manipulate his graveyard much. Question is, do I want to play Vexing Devil or Goblin Guide? I would think I would like to play the Vexing Devil here because it's most likely he's going to, I would say, take 4 unless he has an immediate answer in hand. Okay, so he takes 4, so now he's at 14 off of turn 1 because the fountain came into play. Okay, and then against... Alright, of course that sucks now. Goblin Guide is 100% useless now, but that's fine by us. Now, Rift Bolts are not great anymore because of the fact that we have Suspend 1 with them, and Suspend 1 with them basically says, yeah, we're gonna do things, and yeah, it's probably getting countered. So we'll try it. Maybe we'll bait out a counter. I'm not going to shard volley just yet. I'm also not going to swing here because of the fact that he'll just block and get an extra land, which would be pretty bad for us. And then we still have a ton of burn here, so we just want to burn him out and hope he doesn't have any sort of life gain in the main deck. This list is, I'd say, somewhat roguishly built, where it's just, I don't think game 1 a lot of people are ready for it. So if he plays nothing here, he's probably just countering my Rift Bolt. Maybe he's going to remand it. We'll see what happens. And we're going to place it at him. There's no sense in trying to kill that Wall of Omens. Alright, he takes it, which makes me think that he doesn't really have counters, since, unless he's trying to counter something better than that. I think both of these things we could play on his turn, so we'll just wait it out. See if he does anything here, maybe end step Vendilion Click, in which if he does, I'm just gonna respond. I'm gonna actually bolt him here. This way it denies some of his mana. Then we'll crack our own fetch. And then we'll shard vol him. So putting him essentially down to 4 if this resolves. I mean, I kind of, at this point, have an abundance of lands, so I don't really... He's at 3 now because of his fetch being cracked. So essentially, as long as this hits, we're good. Oh no, he's at 4, I'm sorry. Thought he was going to be lower. Okay, so he does have the click. He's going to see our hand of Mesa and probably just leave it, which means he doesn't really have to worry about his stuff. The only thing is, if he has like Cryptic Command in hand, then this is just straight up getting countered, which sucks, but it is what it is. Alright, Moorland Hunt, that's fine. I would assume he's got a Cryptic Command, and he's just going to start beating us down with his click. Okay, sleight of hand, so that means he doesn't. He does know about our Arid Mesa, though, so if he remands this, we just get to replay it. Okay, we'll see what happens here. See if this gets to point at his head and put him to 1, which will then essentially make all of his fetches null and void. Okay, and then probably should have got the click there, but it wouldn't have mattered. So I think he would have countered that Rift Bolt if he had it. I think that was definitely wrong. He should have thrown it at the click. It's just now he's got a block. Okay. So now we just wait. So he had the snare there, which is fine by me. I mean, that's like one of our only 2-drops. Hey, Snapcaster. He's getting aggressive here. We're not going to crack our fetch because of the fact that we want to, in case we draw another Searing Blaze, we want to be able to go for it. Okay, although our Goblin Guide is not really doing any attacking, I think it's okay for us to take 5 here, potentially have an attacker. I mean, we're on a 2-turn clock. We also don't want to block. Gives him an evasion guy. But we're playing off the top of our deck now. And we're most likely playing into counter magic. Okay, we're just going to wait. Not going to swing in. Not much I could do about this. Not going to play this out. There's another Snapcaster. That's going to be not the greatest. See if there's anything we could potentially draw off the top. I think we will crack our fetch just to thin out our deck. Hey, he's debating something, so see what he's debating. Okay. So Restoration Angel. Assume he wants to get the click. So he could look at my hand. I think unless he can kill me here, I think that was slightly risky. Because unless he doesn't have counter magic, because if I have anything, he's just dead there. Okay, so he targets himself, which tells me he doesn't have a lot going on. Yeah, Remand's not the greatest counter. Okay, so he's going to swing, hit us for 6. We'll be dead in the air no matter what. We can't block that. I think we got to crack our fetch here. Put ourselves to 3. Get a mountain. And then thin our deck as best as possible. Alright, well, I don't know if he has Mana Leak. I can't see him playing Mana Leak. I am going to go to 1, though, and make this come into play untapped, just in case he does have Mana Leak. And if he's got a counter here, he's got a counter here. Also, if he has a remand, I can replay it out. So we'll see if our top deck did anything. I mean, if he pulls this off, very good on his behalf. He played really well. Okay, Cryptic Command. Yep. Alright. And what you could do about that. Good game. And let's scoop. I think we should have won that game. Maybe somewhere along the line, things did not go well. But he seems like he knows what he's doing on his end, so I can't really say anything differently. Okay, so how are we going to do this here? We have Fallout, which is uncounterable. Kills his click. It'll kill his Snapcaster mages. It'll kill any Moorland Hunt stuff. The Orb might be decent against him, since a lot of his guys do stuff. So let's consider that. Relics, whatever, not that great. It's not that great. I think we can cut the Searing Blazes. Hellsparks are usually bad against walls. Let's bring in the flames. Alright. Yeah, I think this is fine. For the most part. Maybe I want to take out a Marauders. He probably has Leyline of Sanctity. So, that being the case, if he gets to land that, we basically are just scooping it up. Then we have to win with the dudes. So maybe I want to actually have dudes in for the outside shot he does have. I think Thunderous Wrath is good, but like I said, if it gets stuck in my hand, that's not going to be the best spot for it. Okay. Alright, we'll try this. See what happens. We will play first. I'm not in love with this hand at all. I mean, triple Lavamancer doesn't really do anything, especially if he has a wall. I think I'm going to mull this. This isn't great, but I'll keep this. Alright, doesn't appear he has the ley line, so we'll do these things. Wonder if he has mental misstep. Okay, so he's playing Fountain, tapped. Yeah, he doesn't want to take 2 unnecessarily if he doesn't have to. Okay, Vexing Devil's good. So we'll play it. See what he wants to do about that. If he leaves it in play, he's probably got, I would say, Path to Exile, something of that nature. Okay, so he's at 10 on turn 2, which is always very nice, but we're kind of running out of gas here. So we got to end up doing the best we can. Lava Spike's nice. I think I'm going to just... We can't play around Mana Leak at all this turn, so I'm just going to try to go for it here. Play Bump again. He'll be at 4. I think I'm going to play out this land because of the fact that we took out our Searing Blazes, and this game may come down to us killing him with bumps from off of the flashback, which, believe it or not, which sounds crazy, but I definitely want to be doing what I can to get to 6 mana. I'm going to thin my deck, that is, and take the Blood Crypt. And I will not pay 2 life, because that is unnecessary. Okay, Burst Lightning, I can get him here for 2. I don't even think I can wait, because I could wait for 5 mana, but I don't think that's worth it. Yeah, so he just scoops it up. He didn't have much going, and we were just drawing all gas there. So now we're going to be on the draw. So a lot of our cards are much, much worse, unfortunately, along the lines of our creatures. Like Hellspark, looking at a wall is just super disgusting. It's just like, alright, I'm going to sit in your hand and be terrible. Same thing kind of with Goblin Guide. So maybe I want to bring in the 2 Go for the Throats over all these creatures. And yeah, I think that's good. I mean, we're kind of gearing away from tons of burn with these 5 cards, but the burn in this, like, Searing Blaze isn't great. Go for the Throat gets out of our way. Yeah, this hand's very acceptable. Etc., etc. Alright, so he mulls to 6, which kind of makes me not want to play Goblin Guide, because Goblin Guide is like the best way to get somebody who mulls to 6 back in the game if they hit a land. We do have a lot of burn, so we'll fetch, we'll get our Blood Crypt, we'll say yes, and then we'll just bump and the knight him to 17, and we'll pass. I mean, we don't want to give him extra land if we can help it. And we want to play around Spell Snare as often as possible. Alright, so we'll get a mountain. And we'll bump him again. And we're drawing a good amount of our fetches, which is nice. And I'm going to stick this Lavamancer here, because Lavamancer plus fetch lands equals 2 to the face. And these things are instant speed, so they're really good. I want to make sure I can resolve this Lavamancer. Okay, sleight of hand. I think if he doesn't hit land here, he might just scoop, but I think he'll hit land. That's why, I mean, look, you can argue, hey, you should have played the Goblin Guide just because he's not always going to hit a land there. But I think it's worth it to, sit there and not give him that option. Alright, so he's going to path our guy, which is, it's fine. We kind of have to have the Lavamancer in play to do good things anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to bump. A lot of bumps. Now I really kind of don't want a Shard Volley here yet because we're so close to the bumps happening. And like, I know this seems stupid, burning him on my turn, but he's like essentially tapped out right here. So, I mean, I can't wait for him to do, essentially do nothing. Okay, so he thought Scours himself. Logic not. I don't even know if that's good. I guess it's pretty good. It's just a straight counter spell. We're going to fetch here. We're going to consider Shard Volleying, but I don't think it's good. Unless he gives me a reason to. By, like, playing a Vendilion Click here, which is potentially wrong for me, because then he can get the card in my hand. Alright, so I'm just going to keep playing my lands till I can bump. And that's it. Not much else I can do. Alright, so he's going to click here. He's going to get to see my Shard Volley. I don't think I Shard Volley here. It'll put him to 4. And then the thing is, I really just want to bump him. So if he wants to take my Shard Volley, that's fine. And he targets himself anyway. Okay, and he chucks a Spell Snare, which really isn't good in this matchup. I was hoping our Lavamancer would stick, because he's pretty good. Alright, so he's thought scouring the hell out of himself. He's playing a bunch of land. And we're on a clock here. We have 4 more turns to do things. Alright, I think we suspend the Rift Bolt. Do we suspend it? If we suspend it, he gets to straight up counter it. If we play it here, he gets to probably counter it as well. I think I'm going to suspend it. And we'll just pass here. Going with the bump plan might not actually be good, because if we don't draw the 6 land, we're gonna be in trouble. But now he sees this coming, so he's got to play around it. Okay, we'll go to 8. Plays a land. We'll just dome him with this. We might just get Cryptic Commanded here, where he just draws a card. And if this sticks, then we might be good. Kind of want him to crack this fetch. I have a feeling he's just going to have an answer for this. Yep. Alright, there's another one. So now I can most likely just dome him with this one. So he's at 4, we're at 8. If he ever cracks this fetch, he's just dead. So that fetch is just going to stay there, I would assume, for centuries. His graveyard looks fun. We did bring in things like Go for the Throat, so we might be able to squeeze our Goblin Guide in if we draw it. Okay, we'll go to 5. I think here I'm in a tough spot, because if I wait for the bump, then I bump and he counters it, then I'm essentially dead. If I shard volley him and he counters it and I draw something, like if I brick and hit land here, then I would have had the bumps. But if I don't shard volley, you know what? I'm gonna just chance it. Alright, so we hit the land. He's got to have counterspell here. If he doesn't have counterspell, then we'll just try to bump him here. And we'll be tapped out. But it'll be worth it. And we're definitely keeping back a blocker in case he has something. And he goes to 1. And now we have access to 2 more bumps and a shard volley. Oh, that was nice. So he goes to 2. Oh, no, path. I'm sorry, not plow. Okay, he must really need something for a lot of mana. Oh, no, he's got another click. Okay, that was a sweet play. Okay, so he clicks himself. Revealing another spell snare. Okay, so we'll go to 1. And we just want to draw. Okay, so now he's going to click me, which definitely sucks. Oh, he's going to click his wall. Okay. I thought he was going to get another click. Okay, so he's basically drawn to a counterspell because he knows that the bump is in the graveyard. And if he doesn't, yep. Alright, guys. Well, you know, Modern's not really my forte, but I hope you enjoyed that game. My opponent was actually very good, which should show you that, you know, any noob can pick up this black-red burn deck and just technically win a game by playing some 3 damage spells to the head. As always, thanks for watching. Please check out my other videos. Please check out our contest going on. Tell all your Magic buddies, and most importantly, please subscribe.